Hey, everybody.
Hello.
It has been a long time, and we apologize for not doing our weekly broadcast. There's just been so much going on with us personally, I think. Good stuff, but just super busy.
Really busy. And then by the time we are falling asleep, we're out. And so there's that.
Not out of the bed, but out as asleep.
Mm-hmm. But this evening, we've got just that little bit of reserve and feel like talking to you. So, Chris suggested that my idea was kind of a little bit good, and this is about things and people that inspire us. And I've been really finding this very helpful because I've been a little bit down about just the current situation in politics and stuff these days over the past few weeks. And I was talking the other day to a client of mine, and she was saying how she tries to remember that doing something good for somebody else really makes her feel so much better. And one of the things that she does all the time, not just in times of political dire need, she makes things. She's a sewer, and she had a friend who just lost a mate a few weeks ago, and she was telling me how she called the friend and said, why don't you come on over to my house and we'll make pillowcases and donate them. And she has various different groups that organize all these donations to communities of need or peoples of need for pillowcases or neonatal baby quilts. And so she had this woman over who had recently lost her mate and had a couple of ironing boards set up in the kitchen and 2 sewing machines so that they could sit and have a gab and sew and create these wonderful things for donation. And sure enough, she said that really helped. It just helped everything on all sides, She felt like she was doing something creative. People were getting things that they needed, and it was a good thing. Anyway, I found that really, wow, that inspired me.
And what did that inspire you to do?
Not necessarily to make a quilt or a pillowcase. Cause
I was going to say, I was looking for that on the bed.
I don't happen to be a sewer, but where can it help? Where can I give back that would make me feel good and also be a benefit to what I'm donating or who I'm donating to. I have to think about that. But I did tell this client, thank you very much for that, because that her sharing her story with me was a great help to me. It made me feel better. I don't know. Do you have anything like that, Chris, that kind of occurs to you? Or that somebody has shared with you even?
No.
I'm sorry. Well, maybe my sharing my client's story can help you a little bit. Sort of 3 or 4 steps down the road.
Well, I don't have the close contact that you have with your clients. My line of work is just a little bit different.
That's true.
Yeah. So
I'm fortunate enough to have sort of this very quiet, still uninterrupted time with my clients on the massage table, and that does sometimes evoke different conversation.
So, I mean, you said that it started you thinking about, things and stuff like that. So I guess that's always good.
Yeah. Well, and we were talking about this client of mine. I said, I thought about you the other day when we were doing the Women's March. And this client, of course, had family members and, various different people that went on the Women's March. And I said, I was thinking about you because I thought you might have been knitting the pink pussy hats. And this client laughed and said, oh, I know about the pink pussy hats. I'm sure I could make them very quickly and very easily. And she encouraged me to, because I do have a background in knitting. I don't know if any of our podcast listeners know that, but I happen to have a minor background in
I don't
knitting.
think I even knew that. Once again, I am shocked.
Oh, yes.
By these revelations that continue to happen even after 17 years of knowing each other.
Well,
really, what is this knitting background that you boast of?
Oh, I don't boast of anything ever. I was just commenting that I happen
commenting on.
Yeah, I happen to have pink yarn and knitting needles in the closet.
Do you have any samples of your previous work?
That'll be for another podcast.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, back to this this client and how she kind of made me feel inspired.
Yeah.
She said, oh, well, you should, maybe, I'm sure it's very easy to get the pattern, and, maybe you should knit some pink pussy hats. And I said, yes, I think I shall, because I'm quite certain that the need for pink pussy hats is not over. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe by my next podcast, I'll have some pink pussy hats to show.
Well, that gives you about a week.
Yes, I better get busy.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. Just to, just to say one more time that it's nice, and I hope our listeners out there have those moments where they might hear a client or a friend or somebody tell them a story or what they're doing and be inspired by it, and share that, shining that little light into their own little corner of the world, one way or another.
Well, I think inspiration is, definitely something that everybody uses and needs from time to time. And, I think certainly sharing stories is one way of doing that. And, another way is, actually doing, I think people doing what they think is the right thing to do is inspiring, and seeing that people can get encouragement from that. So there's a variety of ways for that to occur and to, I think, reach into our everyday life.
Well, and I think one of the things, as we're sitting here talking, that it occurs to me too, is that I have to be, one has to have a mind a little bit open to receive the inspiration too. I know that lately I've been pretty grim again about the state of affairs these days. Not that I'm going to go down that road, but you kind of have to let your mind be a little bit open to hear the stories, or hear the good things, or see the good things that are happening also, and take that as a hopeful glimmer, and build on that. So that's kind of about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think nothing is all bad.
No.
And it's the balance. It's the way of, really the way of the world. So, there's different perspectives and different ways to see things, as I think we have seen over the last year or so. So, excuse me. I think we will definitely make a commitment to getting back to our weekly podcast, because it's fun. So
It makes me feel good.
I think that we will not be so long next time, and hopefully we'll still have everybody listening to us and looking for our podcast weekly. Okay, that's all for this week.
Have good dreams, everybody.